Been 15 years since the fall. The city is a corpse, and we are the worms. We burrow in it, fighting for every useful piece of land to preserve ourselves from the terrors of the night and the horrors of the day.
I know not who can hear my voice. I shall therefore speak a word unto hear. Anyone who dares to steal food will be hanged, and their bodies will be exposed.
In this video, we are going to introduce the best single-player games of 2022. Please be with us at the end of the video.
Get him!
You're dead now!
Number 10, Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is an action role-playing survival horror video game featuring a zombie apocalyptic-themed open world. Set 20 years after Dying Light, starring a new protagonist named Aiden Caldwell, voiced by Jonah Scott, who is equipped with various parkour skills. Players can perform actions such as climbing ledges, sliding, leaping off from edges, and wall running to quickly navigate the city. It was confirmed that there are over 3,000 parkour animations to give a more fluid free-running experience. Tools such as a grappling hook and a paraglider also aid traversal in the city. Aiden can also use the undead to break his fall. The game is mostly melee-based, with the majority of fighting using melee weapons. The melee weapons have a limited lifespan and will degrade as the player uses them in combat. Long-range weapons such as crossbows, shotguns, and spears can be used as well. Weapons can be upgraded with different blueprints and components, which can be found by breaking down weapons for craft parts. Aiden can also utilize superhuman skills due to the infection. New zombies have been added. Like the first game, the zombies are slow when exposed to sunlight, but they become more aggressive and hostile at night. Number 9, Scorn. The player controls a skinless humanoid, lost in a fictional nightmarish alien planet filled with odd creatures and macabre tapestry, resembling a living techno-organic structure composed of steel, flesh, and bone. The player will explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion, searching for answers that will explain more about the game's world. The game, thus far, presents two main weapons, a pistol and a 3-barrel rifle that fire some forms of organic spikes. The player starts with the pistol, a 6-shot weapon dealing mild damage to the in-game enemies. It appears to be completely organic, beginning with the mouth-looking base for the weapon, which can be opened to let the pistol itself be removed in exchange for the shotgun. The shotgun is a 3-shot weapon that deals considerable damage to enemies close up, but the damage drops at long distances. The shotgun is composed of the same materials as the pistol, appearing to be made from organic matter.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
Number 8, Elden Ring. Elden Ring is an action role-playing game played in a third-person perspective and features elements similar to those found in its predecessors, the Souls series, as well as Bloodborne and Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, with gameplay focusing on combat and exploration. Director Hidetaka Miyazaki explained that players start with a linear opening but will eventually progress to freely explore the lands between, including its 6 main areas, as well as castles, fortresses, and catacombs scattered throughout the vast open-world map. These main areas are interconnected through a central hub that players can access later in the game's progression, similar to Firelink Shrine from Dark Souls, and will be explorable using the character's mount as the main mode of transport, although a fast travel system will be an available option. Throughout the game, players will encounter non-player characters, NPCs, and enemies alike, including the demigods who rule each main area and will serve as the game's main bosses.
It's all about humanity.
Number 7, Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart is a FPS video game with action role-playing elements. The combat in the game consists of shooting and melee swinging with improvised weapons. There is a crafting system where the weapons can be pieced together from metal parts that can be detached from robots or taken from household appliances. Ammo in the game is scarce and there is a sneaking option. Quick time events are also featured in the game. Number 6, God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Santa Monica Studio and will be published by Sony Interactive Entertainment (SI). It is scheduled to be released in 2022 for the PlayStation 4, PS4, and PlayStation 5, PS5. It will be the 9th installment in the God of War series, the 9th chronologically, and the sequel to 2018's God of War. Loosely based on Norse mythology, the game will be set in ancient Scandinavia and feature series protagonists Kratos and his teenage son Atreus. Serving as the finale to the Norse era of the series, the game will cover Ragnarok, a series of events that bring about the end of days and depicts the deaths of the Norse gods, which was foretold to happen in the previous game after Kratos killed the god Baldur. Number 5, Unknown 9 Awakening. Unknown 9 Awakening is an upcoming video game by Reflector Entertainment Limited, and forms part of their larger content ecosystem, known as the Unknown 9 Story World.
It's all about humanity.
Number 4, Stalker 2 Haert of Chernobyl. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl is an upcoming first-person shooter game developed and published by GSC Game World. Set to release for Microsoft Windows and the Xbox Series X in April 2022, it will be the fourth game released in the Stalker video game series, the first game in the series released on consoles, as well as the first Stalker game in 13 years since the release of Call of Pripyat in 2009. Number 3, Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo is an action-adventure game played from a first-person perspective. The player can use various psychic and paranormal abilities to defeat the ghosts and spirits haunting Tokyo. Combat director Shinichiro Hara described the combat as karate meets magic, as the player character utilizes hand movements inspired by Kujikiri hand gestures to cast spells. When an enemy loses most of their health, its core is exposed and the player can use takedown moves to destroy it, defeating the spirit. Number 2, Project Awakening. Project Awakening is an upcoming action role-playing game in a fantasy setting being developed by Cygames, and initially announced for the PlayStation 4 in September 2018.
It's all about humanity.
Number 1, Forspoken. Forspoken is an upcoming action role-playing video game in development by Luminous Productions, a part of Square Enix. It is to be released on May 24, 2022 for Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 5. According to director Takeshi Aramaki, the gameplay will be focused on terrain traversal speed and fluidity. Square Enix also described the game as a narrative-driven adventure. The character will exist in an open-world game format where players are able to travel anywhere at any time.